Welcome, beautiful soul. It's time to remember who we are. You were born for this moment, this breath. Nature teaches us and reminds us that whatever it is that we are searching for, that whatever our hearts and souls are longing for, we must know our unlimited power and worth. It's all already within us. So thank you for saying yes to this moment. Thank you for saying yes to this journey. And most of all, thank you for saying yes to yourself. Welcome, beautiful soul. Welcome, beautiful soul. I am so grateful that you are with us today. We are going to be talking about you. And if you have been going through any sort of changes that have you feeling out of sorts, where you just don't feel quite like yourself, maybe you're feeling more exhausted, maybe you're feeling like your nerves are a little bit more sensitive or fried, maybe you just are feeling like numb and just like you're observing life as opposed to living life. Wherever you are, this message has a truth that I believe will help you feel encouraged and remind you that you are exactly where you're supposed to be. We're going to be talking about spiritual metamorphosis. You've heard of regular metamorphosis, the caterpillar turns into a butterfly. We're going to be talking about that in the spiritual sense. So if you are ready, we always start with some deep breathing. So I invite you to join me by closing your eyes and let's simply breathe right now. This is your time for you where you get to enjoy the inhale and the exhale moving through your body. So give yourself full permission to settle into your body and to fully be present as you inhale and exhale. Notice the wave of your breath as the inhale fills your abdomen and then moves up and begins to fill your center and your chest. And then notice the wave as you're exhaling and the air moves from your chest through your midsection, leaving your body. Notice if your breath feels smooth right now or if it's a little choppy. It's all okay. We're simply noticing. And let this time be a gift for yourself. That you get to give yourself this time to fully settle into your body, to fully ride the wave of your inhale and your exhale, to fully be right here, right now. Keep breathing. Allow each inhale to fill you with all that nourishes you, that replenishes you, that strengthens you, that fortifies you. And as all that is coming to you, make the intention to receive it, to fully receive it. Receive the peace, Receive the calm. Receive the ease. Receive your invitation back to harmony, to flow. Receive the energy that lets you know that all is well, and more well than can be imagined. Thank you, Adiyashanti. Keep breathing. Breathe in the gentleness, the acceptance, and the knowing that you always and already are more than enough. Let this time be a gift for you to celebrate and thank yourself for being who you are and being exactly where you are. As thoughts may try to creep into your mind, instead of resisting them, simply notice and let them move on by. This is your time to be the observer without needing to climb on any thought. Instead, reconnect with your inhale and your exhale. Notice it moving in and out of your nose and filling your body. Activating your parasympathetic nervous system, letting you know, you can relax. You are safe. It's okay to lay down any heavy burden, any worry. So that you can connect with your breath and let your breath bring you to this moment of presence and reconnect you with your inner heart, your inner soul, your inner spirit. And let every exhale be the letting go of anything that is stale, anything that no longer is serving you, any expectation, any hurt, any bitterness or resentment, any guilt or shame. We let it all go, freely releasing all of that energy that weighs us down and that puts distance from us being truly who we are. We let it go, knowing that everything is being beautifully recycled by the light of lights back to light. The same way your oxygen is received and then released as carbon dioxide, recycled by the plants, and given back to us as breath of life. So right now, thank yourself for showing up, for being who you exquisitely are. And we want to connect with that deeper breath of life that is evident not only within us, but all around us. We are so grateful that we are breathing and connected to life in ways that our mind could never completely comprehend. Because while we may live in this form of body, we are far more. Your essence is spirit, beautiful soul, beautiful energy. And feel that energy rising and moving through you like a wave with every inhale and exhale. And see if you can notice your heart beating right now. Maybe you want to put your hand there on your heart. And if you don't sense your heartbeat, don't panic, it's okay. We trust the softness of each breath to bring us to greater clarity and truth from the inside, from that inner heart. So begin to put your attention on your inner heart space, that beautiful center. This is where all of the energy that flows and extends and ascends and elevates and lifts you, meets all of the energy that supports you, that nourishes you, and upholds and grounds you. That intersection is right here in your inner heart space. So we put our attention here. And we make the intention to let this space be open, so that we can perceive and receive the divine guidance and truth that's already within you. This beautiful divine essence within you is your North Star, always ushering you and guiding you to live and honor your highest truth. This is where your deepest connection to love and light reside right here within you. Keep breathing. And I want you to join me now for one deep breath together as we take a nice deep inhale now, filling up with oxygen and nutrients. Breathe in. Hold that breath in. And then gently let it all go. If your eyes are closed, keep them closed for just a moment longer as we go back to that beautiful inner heart space, that connection to your divine essence, your highest truth. I want you to make space to listen to whatever message that your beautiful, divine self wants you to know. Whatever it is that your inner truth, that highest, beautiful, divine essence is sharing with you, trust and receive it. And when you're ready, you can begin to gently make your way back to wherever you may be sitting or standing or walking. And if your eyes are closed, you can come on back and open your eyes. Wow, I always say breath is, yes, so delicious. And it's also the free gift that we each have that instantly invites us to pause all that's happening on the outside so that we can reconnect and be replenished within. Today, we are talking about spiritual metamorphosis. And you may be saying, help me, because it's a lot. There is so much energy shifting right now. We have cosmic shifts happening. We're in the midst of an eclipse season where we began the beginning of that eclipse season just a few days ago, and it'll continue for another approximately 30 days, a little less. And all that means is that we have energy as the planets are aligning our planet, Earth, with the sun, with the moon, as the moon is going through its phase of new moon through full moon. What does all of that mean? That means that's just one piece of some of the cosmic shifting. We have other planets that are moving through different constellations, different stars. And I always remind us that in each now moment, it's important that we remember that we are moving, that right now we are part of a dynamic energy called the Earth rotating and orbiting around the sun. And it's always pretty miraculous to me when I really contemplate how phenomenal it is that our planet is not crashing into other planets. It's not falling out of space. And we're able to designate what we call day from night. We're able to call seasons such as winter, which those of us in the Northern Hemisphere are nearing the end of, but not quite finished. We're able to notice all of these changes that are happening because there is movement taking place right now. It's the same movement that's going on within you. So there's a physical change happening within you right now. Right now, your heart is beating. It is sending blood supply to all of your tissues and organs, and your systems are all working and moving right now. Cells are replicating right now, all without your deliberate attention or permission. And yet, there is a subtle part of you that is communicating the message of, I am here. You are here in this physical body, and you know you are far more than your physical body. You are spirit. You are energy. And the wave of your energy is constantly flowing. And sometimes we are going through the season of metamorphosis spiritually, where our attempt to anchor to what used to work for us no longer does. How many of you are already experiencing that? Where maybe what used to, I'm using air quotes, work for you, what used to bring you joy, give you peace, now does not. Maybe you're feeling like your insides have become so twisted and they almost feel like they're outside of you. Maybe you just feel like a part of you isn't even within your body right now. Like you're just moving in ways that your mind can't fully understand. So, spiritual metamorphosis is a definite part of our journey, especially if you are in the season of seeking, of questioning, of awakening, of growing, of maturing. Then you are most likely in some stage or season of a spiritual metamorphosis. And I'm here to remind you it's all okay. It may not feel okay. Now, there's a difference between what we feel and who we are. So feelings are real. They're like the clouds in the sky. And I'm always going to remind you that you are the sky. So let's talk about the spiritual aspect of a metamorphosis. So we know in the natural, you have that cute little fuzzy caterpillar cruising along, moving along the grass. Maybe it can make its way up on a bush or a tree, and it's moving at a very slow and steady pace. And it's familiar. And caterpillars chomping on some leaves and getting nutrients and, just moving on along, cruising on along. And that's how we are spiritually. We feel like, you know what? Like I've got a handle, I'm using air quotes again, handle on this thing called life. I understand the journey. And so I'm doing just fine. Those are the thoughts we sometimes have. And there's nothing wrong with those thoughts. I'm here to remind us that when we make the decision to live as presence, then change is inevitable. And spiritual change is just as inevitable as that caterpillar who somehow already knows when it's time to build its own cocoon. I think that's so fascinating that the caterpillar builds its own cocoon. And sometimes we do the same thing spiritually. We don't even recognize we're doing it. We build our own place so that we can safely go within. Maybe it looks like for you that you're beginning to pull back from your social activities. Maybe you're pulling back from the time you spend on social media. Maybe you just don't feel like being out and about in the way that you normally are. You're feeling more contemplative, reflecting. Those are usually hints that a metamorphosis is coming. And so we know that when that caterpillar is inside the cocoon, that chrysalis, that there is a change that that caterpillar may not have anticipated. I don't know what the caterpillar's consciousness may be. I just know that once it's inside, scientists tell us that it goes through a period that resembles a liquefaction. Now just think about that. A liquefaction of who we are spiritually. Have you ever felt that way, that you felt like you kind of knew? Maybe you had a spiritual practice that you meditated, or maybe you participated in a particular path, and it may have been a religious path, a spiritual path, and there were certain rituals that you found comfort and meaning in. And then all of a sudden it felt like everything became silent. Like you couldn't connect with the same rituals, patterns that used to ground and nourish and feed you. That's another sign of a spiritual metamorphosis. It's okay. Don't panic. There's nothing wrong with you. Maybe you're beginning to question, why do I believe this? Why do I believe that I am here separate from someone over there? Maybe you're beginning to believe, why do some people walk through the journey in one way and others walk through the journey in another way? Is one way better than the other? You're beginning to question, what is the role and the meaning of these definitions connected to old assumptions of right and wrong and left and right? And that was the phone going off. There's always a little technical something. But when we buy into this idea of right and wrong and left and right and good and bad, we're setting ourselves up for a metamorphosis, because guess what? There's no such thing. And that comes as a big shock to our systems, who have been so used to wanting to do the right thing and to do it well. And if that's you, I want you to know it's okay. It's absolutely okay. You are allowed and you are designed to question, to evolve. That's part of the journey. So I want you to just know it is okay. It's okay. The other piece I want you to know is that you're not alone. We're in a season right now where there is so much upheaval. You notice it outside naturally. In nature, we're seeing floods, avalanches, fires. Those aren't new. And they're also examples of shifting happening, of upheaval. That means taking something from underneath and bringing it up. And that's what's happening on the inside. That there's something within you that needs to come through. And it's time. So when you're in that cocoon and maybe you felt like, I just need to pause everything, I need to pull back, I need to question, I need to consider things from a different angle. And it may make you feel as though there's no ground underneath you and that you are losing who you are and where you are. Breathe. It's okay. Because you were not designed to stay where you were forever. How do I know that? Because what I said earlier, the earth is moving as we speak. Nothing stays the same. It's the human mind that's conditioned to want what was old and familiar because we began to identify that as something safe. You are always safe. Breathe and know that you are safe. It is safe to be who you are. That's what this journey is about. It's about trusting and knowing who you are. So as you're in this cocoon and in this quiet, and it feels like you're being liquefied, that you're not sure what to believe. Your perception of how you related to God, to spirit, to the universe is changing. Maybe you thought God was outside of you. Maybe you thought that you were low and desperate and always in need of someone else to make you worthy. Maybe you believed that you need to work and perform your way to peace, to acceptance, to love. And all of that is being liquefied. Maybe you believed that you needed to be with the crowd who patted you on the head and who told you you're enough. And now that you don't feel connected to that tribe anymore, you're wondering, are you okay? That is part of spiritual metamorphosis. You may not always be with the same tribe forever. And that seems scary to our ego that wants to know we're okay because we're part of something. We're part of a group. And just like in any family, there's growth. There's shifting. There's changing. No one stays in kindergarten or first grade forever, or fifth grade, or eighth grade, or 10th grade, or college. There is movement. And there's movement happening spiritually. And so just like in school where you felt tested and you felt like you were being examined and you had to perform, well, now you are the examiner. And I want you to be the examiner with gentleness and neutrality. That means observe and ask. Notice without grading, without assigning a label of right and wrong, good or bad. Simply notice. And then it's time to let yourself surrender. When that caterpillar is inside of the cocoon, do you know it can't say, stop, I want this to end, I want to go back to being a caterpillar? It's impossible because it's already in motion, the shifting and the changing. So when you're in that state where you feel like you want to go back, where it's painful, where you feel alone, where maybe you feel misunderstood even by yourself, you feel disconnected and separate from everything that you thought you knew, that you're beginning to wonder, what is my place in this world? What's the meaning of life? Why am I here? Does it even matter? And yet deep down, when you're quiet, you know there's no way to go back, even if for a moment you're tempted. Remember that scene in The Matrix where he says you can have the red pill or the blue pill. There's really no stake here, but do you want the pill that makes you believe there's a stake? Some people want to believe and go back to the illusion that said that my path guarantees my righteousness. My path guarantees my rightness. Those are air quotes there. My path guarantees that everything will be fine. And my definition and perception and worldview of who I am is superior to anyone else's. Those are normal questions and also unhealthy if we don't begin to move out of them. Because I'm here to tell you, there is more. I have plenty of t-shirts and bumper stickers of believing that I had made it to base camp and I had moved my way up a mountain and then I had arrived, only to find out that my questions brought me tumbling all the way back down. It's part of the journey. Because guess what? We're constantly evolving. And there is a lot of shedding that needs to take place if we want to grow and mature and ascend. So that caterpillar eventually surrenders, cannot go back. The liquefaction process is full on, and then it starts sprouting things out of it. Eventually it begins to not look like itself. How many of you feel that way? You don't even recognize yourself. Your appetite might be different. Physically, socially, mentally, the things that used to bring you pleasure, joy, peace no longer do. Maybe you recognize that, wow, I used to be okay with sitting back and judging other people, being sarcastic. I used to be okay wanting to retaliate when someone did something to me. And now all of a sudden, I'm questioning it. I'm wondering, why do I care? Maybe you're feeling that way, and I'm here to tell you, it's part of the journey. It's part of the journey to feel like in one moment we know it all, only to recognize we know nothing. That's part of the journey. And we're here to go through it together. You're not alone. So maybe the tribe you were with has shifted and changed. Don't panic. You are here to find your tribe, and your tribe is here to find you, because I'm here to remind you we are all connected as one life. And we will be in season with some people for part of our journey, alone for other steps, but never fully alone, because we are part of all and the all is in us. And then we will have new relationships, and they'll look different. They'll feed not the ego, but maybe they'll begin to feed your inner heart and spirit. The ego wants to fit in. The heart wants to share compassion and kindness and uplift others and serve. We're here for more than just ourselves. And so as those wings begin to sprout in you, and you know it's time to no longer hide yourself, to hide your beliefs, your truth, your passion, then you know it's time to begin to come out of that cocoon. It's time to begin to gently break through, to let yourself break through the paradigm that liked life in a certain order, that believed that you used to be in control. And now you're beginning to accept the only thing you can control is your intention, your focus, how you listen to yourself, the inner part of you, and how you make space for gratitude. Make space to be who you are. Those are the intentions that are all up to you. And as we begin to honor that highest truth that begins to emerge, we talked about the upheaval. Now, what came up? Maybe what came up is, I'm not here to judge or compare. I'm not here to control or dominate. I'm not here to win and make other people feel small. I am here to be light, to be compassion, to hold space, to listen without any judgment, and to practice knowing that this magnificent universe, multiverse, wants to express itself through you, with you, and even as you. So, instead of holding on and gripping, give yourself permission to be where you are and to trust and surrender to each season, even the most uncomfortable ones, even the ones where all of a sudden you're noticing the hypocrisy of people around you, and maybe even your own hypocrisy. Maybe you're noticing your own ignorance. And that's a strong word and an important word for us each to come face to face with. That what we thought we knew was nothing. That we need to sometimes start back in that point zero so that we can move forward. And that is the journey of metamorphosis and evolution. That what looks like going backwards, what looks like slowing down, what looks like is dead and liquefied is part of what will eventually bring liberation and ascension, because that butterfly, once it comes out, is able to travel and see and go to places that caterpillar never could. And that is for you. As you say yes to this journey, yes to your spiritual metamorphosis, you will be able to experience oneness and perceive far more than you thought was possible. You will see the divine purpose and essence in all. You will no longer want to categorize and label and judge. You won't worry about fitting in. You'll simply want to live freely as light and compassion and grace and gentleness and love and wisdom and kindness. And in doing so, reminding other people that we're all here connected to be the same. Light and love expressed uniquely and yet so wonderfully intertwined as one. Now, our mind, I'm here to tell you, won't understand a word I just said, but your spirit knows. It is okay to say yes to whatever this journey is bringing you as you practice listening and honoring your truth inside and out. The same way that caterpillar knew to begin to build the cocoon, you begin to listen if it's your season to go inward. Is it your season to question? Is it your season to have everything you've known liquefied? Is it your season to begin to branch and transform and grow parts of yourself that you didn't even know were possible? Is it your season to break through and share more of who you are without fear what other people will say and how they will respond? Is it your season to fully let yourself shine and expand and elevate so that you can be a part of liberating other people? Because we're all connected. We're all connected. I thank you for listening today. And if you want support on your journey, if you are having questions, if you're having challenges, please reach out. I'd love to support you. We're so grateful that you tuned in today. If this message encouraged you, share it. Let us know and pass it on. And most of all, continue to be who you are and know that you are exactly where you're supposed to be. Thank you, beautiful soul. Thank you, beautiful soul, for remembering who we are and for making time and space to be with us today as you go forward on your journey to the known and unknown places. Continue to listen to your inner heart and honor your soul, because your answers are always within you. Please consider supporting us and spreading more light and love with this message by simply liking the video below, subscribing, and consider sharing as well. Most of all, take gentle care and breathe. We see you. We thank you, beautiful soul.